Guys, I'm back for the day. I got a fun one for you today. Another customer that's getting screwed, or almost got screwed by the big companies in town. I know it's becoming a broken record with me, but I'm finding it just about every day. But get my little blue on hat on here. It's becoming a broken record, and I understand that, but this is BS once again. And you know, after the fact, after I left this call, well, you'll just see how it goes. But after the fact, you'll see that maybe there is a leak in the coil, but I didn't get that far. There's other issues before I can get the system actually running steady state to check things out. But hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I got footage of you from the actual service call. We'll start with that. Then there'll be a video talking about the text messages, or showing you the text messages between me and the customer, and then the ensuing phone call. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, how I handled this, and some of you still think I'm leaving money on the table, which I may be, but I'm doing right. I'm doing right by my customers. So enjoy. All right, guys, we just got here to call number one. First thing I did was I just switched the cooling on and dropped my temp. So let's go find out where this equipment's at. I think it's in a closet in a storage deal right in there. If I remember these units well enough. This one's a little bit different than the last one I was in, but let's go find it. All right, guys, we're not going to get so lucky. Looks like the only the water heater's out here, and our panel. Looks like our AC is on. Let's go outside. Hopefully I can keep from having to go up in this hot attic and fix it from down here. That's what I'm hoping anyway. Let's go check out the AC. Nice thing, guys, is the air handling unit, the furnace, whatever's up there, is blowing air. So I think our only issue is going to be outside. So, I hope I can get lucky on this first one. Be real quick. Alright, guys, so first thing I did was I popped the cover here, made sure that we had, this is actually a Curtis special too, HVAC guy special, little ream. I have my 240 volts. I have 24 volts between Y and C on my board, but I'm not getting it to my my contactor. So I come down in here, and look what some idiot did. He bypassed our low, bypassed our low pressure switch. She ain't tied in. I think he bypassed both of them, the low and, yeah, he bypassed the low and the high. So this idiot might have cooked the compressor. We will see. I'm going to God, what am I going to do? He just bypassed them. Well, let's trace it out. Let's find out where we're losing our voltage here. Idiots. Alright, guys, let me show you what's going on here. For one, I'm going to do a coil cleaning on this, but it'll be when I come back because we need a circuit board. So I went ahead and tied our safeties back in, our low and our high. Homie, don't play that game. And then we'll see where our refrigerant levels are at. I'll let the customer know he needs a board, because what's happening is we're getting our 24 volts out, we're getting it back in. We're not getting our common off the board, but we're getting it in from our thermostat wire. So some reason it's not making the contacts. I could jumper it from here to the contactor and get the cooling going, but there's nobody staying here right now. So I'm just going to let him know I'm going to order up the board. I'm sure it's a stock item, and I'll probably just stop back by tomorrow, put the board in, clean the coil, and check my pressures, make sure we're good there. But other than that, I'll probably check their filter too while I'm here and see if they need a new filter in here. But this is your typical Airbnb units that just don't get taken very well care of. And whoever did that, shame on you. Do not bypass the high and low pressure switches. Give me a break. All right, I'm going to button this thing up and get the numbers off of it, and we'll get a board for him, and then we'll do all this additional work probably tomorrow. All right, guys, our filter grill is way up there on the second floor. I'm gonna go grab my 6-foot ladder, and we'll see what shape that filter is in. Nice big vault. These places heat up. It's not even warm out today, and it's 77 in here. All right, let's go get that ladder. right, well, the grill is very dirty, so let's see what the filter looks like. Oh, it's got my favorite filter in there too. Somebody just put this in there. Clowns. Yeah, I bet this thing was caked before. I should try to find their garbage. See how dirty it was. Which ones are these? This is the Filtrete Merv 13. Man, these are too... See how close these pleats are together? This is just way too restrictive on these systems, man. I don't like these filters, especially in an Airbnb or a rental, whatever you want to call it. Looks like, I think he had it upside down too. There's our arrow right there. Let's point that up. Yeah, I think they had it upside down. It's not going to stay though. I'm going to put a cheap one in there for them. Let's get them set up so they don't have feature issues. I like those old ream rectangles, man. I wish they still made them. But yeah, we'll clean this grill, pull this grill off, clean it, and get him a more less restrictive filter in there than the old Merv 13 Filtrete. Nope. I don't like them. Those pleats are way too close together. You know, it just occurred to me, guys, I get in cruise control on these sometimes. This is a heat pump. I'm an idiot. I saw the reversing valve out there. It didn't occur to me. Most of the homes out here in this neighborhood are gas furnace AC. So let's see if it doesn't energize common. I mean, I'm sure it won't. If it doesn't in cooling, it most likely won't in heating. But you never know. Boards are weird things. Let's see if the thing will go into heat. Which ain't going to change my diagnosis, of course. All right, let's see if the condenser does anything. I'm sure it won't, but just for my own shits and grins, and I'm going to see if I can look through the garbage and see if I see a dirty filter. Probably the same weight mode. Probably the same guy that bypassed those safeties. All right, guys, we're still waiting on the delay on that thermostat, but there's another clean one there. I don't know why people are so sold by those high Merv filters. They're just not good for the systems. I don't care what anybody tells me. So we'll wait for that delay. My diagnosis is going to stay the same. I'm going to do the repairs that I mentioned earlier. I'm just going to make sure that if it comes on in heat mode, it still won't matter. It just means there's something screwy going on with that circuit board. We'll get the board ordered up. We'll do all the other stuff hopefully tomorrow. Like I said, I'm going to get out of here and get on to my next call. All right, heat on. Air handler's blowing air. I knew it wouldn't come on. I just, I like to look at everything. And she is sitting there dead as a doornail. All right, get on to the next one now. All right, guys, so let me show you the ensuing text messages that I sent this gentleman and what he sent me back after I left this house. So I wrote, needs a control board on the outdoor unit. Outdoor coil should be clean, then I can check pressures afterwards. Filter inside should be a cheaper, higher flow filter than the one that's in there. Also, whoever touched it last needs to retire because they bypassed the safeties on the outdoor unit and didn't put the caps back on the service valves. Big no-no, both big no-nos. So let's go to his response next. Sorry, this mouse isn't working very good. Come on. That's what happens when you use a magazine for a mouse pad. Okay, so he goes, so I just need to get some repairs to get it going? And I said, yes, I'm assuming someone told you it needed to be replaced. And he said, yes, they did, with a big freaked out emoji. And I said, they saw dollar signs. I wrote 5 big dollar signs. I'm assuming it was a green and yellow truck or a red one. And then he says, sorry, I got this split up into a bunch of screenshots. He says, my management company sent out someone and they said the coil needed to be replaced but couldn't find one that would fit that older system, so it needs to be replaced. And he goes, I just Googled it, green and yellow. And I said, this is happening multiple times a week to me or to my customers. And he says, that is why I like referrals. And then after that, I said, did you receive an invoice? I go, I'd love to see what was said. let's chat more when I get back today and back in my office. He goes, sounds good. I do have some quotes from them. And I go, oh, 20K probably. And he goes, 14 and 17K depending on the SEER. And he goes, just give me a call when you can talk through it. Thank you. And I can't remember if anything else was said after that. Let me check this last little screenshot. And then I just said, will do. So then I called him back this afternoon, and here is that phone call. Hello?
Josh Chatter.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
So I don't know if the text made sense to you or not. What I found out there.
Oh, did you just text me again? Sorry.
Oh no, I didn't text you again. I saw your text right when.
Oh, I mean, kind of made sense.
Okay. So.
Okay.
What?
It sounds like. Here, let me go outside. I'm in my this building. It's a freaking
Okay.
bunker.
No problem.
It sounds like what you found is what I was fearing, is that somebody was trying to convince me to replace the whole thing when there's an opportunity to clean, repair, and upgrade a bit versus replace.
Yeah, I mean, what they do with a lot of these texts is they send them out there, and they get all amped up that they're going to get some commission, so they're going to find any reason they can to replace the system. Even if it's a small repair, they're incentivized to try and do that, especially if it's an older piece of equipment. So.
For sure. I mean, I get it. 18 years old. It feels like a no-brainer. They were called out by a property management company. I mean, they said all the right things. We'll get your renters back in the house quick. I'm like, red flag.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I run across it all the time, so it's kind of old hat to me, So, yeah, I mean, did they give you an actual written breakdown of what they found, or are you just kind of getting this second person kind of thing?
Well, so here's the interesting thing. My property management company, Meredith, sent out their tech, their maintenance guy. The maintenance guy couldn't get the AC to really kick on.
Okay.
So cleaned out the filter, still couldn't really get it to blow cold air. So they're like, hey, we need to probably bring somebody out. I'm like, okay, great. So they took and sent out the other company. They instantly said, yes, there's a leak. You're low on refrigerant. We found a leak in the coil. Your system's too old. Rheem hasn't built that coil in 8 years. We're going to need to replace it. I'm going to have to send a tech out to give you a quote to replace it. So then the tech went out. I said, hey, look, this is great. I want you to also tell me what the part number is, because my home system, I had the same thing happen where someone came out and told me that I need to replace. Mm-hmm. And I got a referral from a different individual, and they came out and said, oh, you don't need to replace it. You just need to fix this. And it's been running for 5 years.
Yeah.
When I was told I needed to replace this, I was like, look, it's me protecting myself. Give me the part number. Well, when they gave me the quote back, it was, the repair was going to be about $4,000, and if they could find the coil, and then they quoted me a 13 SEER unit for $14,000. I can pull the quote on email, and then the other one was just a little bit more SEER for a little bit more,
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of beside the point.
Pressure for that place.
Yeah.
For 17. So I said, hey, great. I want to think about it, but I also want a better estimate of what it's going to take to repair. If you don't think you can get the coil, don't just tell me $4,000. You think? Tell me. So he called me back today before you texted me back. And they're like, yeah, we can find the coil. It's out till July, and it's going to cost $5,900 to replace the coil and the compressor, and then refill it with refrigerant. I'm like, okay, let me think about it.
Okay.
That's what I know. I mean, I can pull up the quote and read you what it says, but it literally just says a comfort, I think 13 SEER, if that even is the right number.
Yeah, probably a new R54B.
So 14.3 SEER and a 15 SEER.
Okay.
That's what it is. 14.3 or a 15.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, I don't care about the numbers or what it costs, what they were gonna. It's doing the right thing and trying to figure out, okay, is their diagnosis even correct? because
Yeah.
you know what happens a lot is they try to inflate the repair costs to
Oh yeah.
to
Convince
make you
me to buy new.
to convince you to buy new. You know, so you're like, oh
Yeah,
shoot,
for
well I'm
sure.
not going to put this much money into something this old, so I might as well go new, and then that's even more money in their pocket. Uh, so what I like to try to keep these things going. Those Rheem heat pumps that have, I call them the old rectangles. They
Mhm.
they don't they don't make those anymore. But man, I hate to see them go because they're so easy to work on. They were bulletproof in their day, and I don't even know if their diagnosis is proper as far as it being a leaky coil, because I didn't get that far. You know, the defrost board. What's happening is it's the control board in the heat pump is not energizing common to the contactor, which energizes the entire system and runs. So I could push it in to get it to run, but I'm like, well, let's get it so the thing will run first, and then I can start getting into it and seeing, okay, is it low on refrigerant? Does it have a leak somewhere? Because it just sounds fishy to me. Because I mean, he didn't even put the service caps back on anything, or and the high pressure and low pressure switch were both jumpered out, so they were taken out of the loop. So there was nothing to protect the system. And when I start seeing stuff like that, I start questioning basically everything that they did. You know, because that's very unethical to leave a system like that. So
Okay.
I can only see what I can see coming in after the fact. You know, after somebody else was there. But what I'd like to
Yep.
do is get that board in there, give it a quick little maintenance. You know, the coil's got some dirt on it. It'll still run with the dirt on there, but since we got the thing open, might as well clean it up. You know, and then I can get my gauges hooked up and see where we're at as far as
Okay.
refrigerant. And if we had to, you know, you don't have to make any rash decisions. We don't know how fast the thing's leaking. Maybe we throw the factory charge back in it of 410A, and then we, you know, gives you some time to think about it some more and not have to do it on off the cuff, you know.
Okay.
So
Sounds good.
okay, so
Now, let me ask this question.
yes.
I've got a renter coming in Friday. Do I need to tell my property management company to move them?
I would not do that as of right now. So I'm going to be heading down to Sun River tomorrow, and I'm going to see how quickly they can get me this board. I actually ordered it today, and what I'd like to do is see if I can throw it in tomorrow, get you up and running tomorrow. Then you know, if I can't, I'll let you know right away.
Love it. Let's do it.
So okay, sounds good. I'll let you know where we're at. I'll kind of keep you in the loop tomorrow as things progress.
Appreciate you.
Sure, no problem, man.
All right. Thank you.
Yep, take care.
Bye.
Bye.